everyone! So remember the announcement video I made a while back? Oh, well, that's outdated now. We want you, yes you, to voice act in the AU. Keep in mind, this AU is 14 plus. Anyone under 14 will be kicked out of the voice acting. Sorry, children. You can go back to school and work on your own projects. A quick summary of the Dandy's World AU. Dandy's World Shameful Cinema is about a garden view in Canada, and how it follows a series of events that lead up to the Iker spill. It also is about how tunes can be replaced if they are defected, or for simpler terms, where a tune is not right. For example, there was a goob who was a pervert and ended up trying to take advantage of Glisten. That's another thing about this AU. There's applied sexual harassment and darker themes. Depression exists. It's really supposed to be a lot more mature and more, like the real world, if that's how you explain it, than the actual game. It's a lot less joyous and whimsical than the game seems to be. Keep in mind, this AU is not trying to be problematic at all in any way, shape, or form. And if you are uncomfortable with these types of themes, I would not suggest trying to audition. Your mental health is more important than some silly little AU of mine. With that, here are the rules for the auditions. Number 1. No one auditions under the age of 14. Some of the Dandy's World characters are more mature, have darker themes with them, and might not be suitable for anyone under this age. If you audition for a character and are under the age of 14, you will not be chosen. If somehow you end up being chosen without me knowing and you are less than 14, I will kick you out immediately when I figure it out. You then will be replaced, and it would be an inconvenience to all the voice actors involved and everyone else, including me. So I would just suggest you not doing it in the first place. Number 2, you need to have Discord. Without Discord, it's impossible for you to voice act. I'm sorry, that's just how it goes. Number 3, you need to have a good vocal range. For example, you have decided to have Rudy usually have a cartoony, cheerful voice, but sometimes he can have a deep voice. So really, you need to do high pitch, low pitch, and medium pitch, if that makes sense. Number 4, make sure you're available at all times. If you can't be available at all times, you can't voice act. If you check off all these boxes, congratulations! You can voice act in my Dandy's World AU. With that, there are 16 characters in need of voice acting. Eclipse, Rebecca, Gordy, Eggson, Flight, Ginger, Bobette, Tisha, Scraps, R&D, Blot, Tegan, Roger, and Toodles and Finn. Starting with Eclipse, she has more of a higher pitch tone. She is very hyper energetic and loud. If you're not a place where you can be loud, I would not suggest going for her. Rebecca, she has an average pitch. Rebecca is very calm, almost passive-aggressive tune. She does swear to express herself, so if you're not in a place to swear a lot, I would not suggest going for her either. Gordy, he has a higher pitched voice due to being a child. Gordy does have some sad moments, so just make sure you can sound emotional. Sylvester, he has a lower pitch voice. Sylvester mostly is a stoic and brave guy. Don't be fooled, though. You'll still have to voice emotional lines. He also speaks in Old English, so if you know that, that's your time to shine. Flight, he has an average pitch voice, mostly calm and quiet. Not much more to say about him right now, but if there is, I will always tell the voice actor for Flight.
Eggson, he has a lower pitch voice. With Eggson, we personally don't see him as the old man that everyone thinks he is. We believe he's at least in his late or middle 60s. He just has horrible back problems. He has a sophisticated voice, but not too fancy. He's basically just a fancy man. Ginger, she has an average pitch. Ginger is very sweet and calm, but she can be stern and serious at times, so I will warn you about that one. Bobette, she has an average pitch. She is very cheery and happy a lot, but she is depressed, and she will talk about it. So there are some emotional scenes with her. Tisha, she has an average pitch voice. She is serious and blunt at times. She is one of the main characters of the series as well. So if you want to be a main character, maybe go for Tisha, you know? Scraps, she has a higher pitch voice. She is a sweet, gentle tune. She can be insecure at times, though. She is a trans character as well in our AU, male to female. R&D, or also known as Razzle and Dazzle. R&D, specifically Razzle, they are more one of the mature characters, having more sexual and violent themes to them. Razzle is a bit of a delusional, crazy character. He is very antsy and restless. The sexual themes will always be implied, just so you know. So, like, it won't show any, like, sexual stuff, but, like, it will be implied that they either did sexual things or, like, something like that. Dazzle is the punching bag for Razzle. The two despise each other. In a way, they have a brotherly love for each other, but they are mostly at each other's throats all the time. They are one of the antagonists of the shows as well. I say antagonists in quotation marks, though, because they're really not that much. It's just like they are an antagonist to certain toons. That's what they are. Yeah, so that's R&D. I would not go for them if you don't like sexual or violent themes. So please take care of yourself. So don't audition if you don't like those types of themes or like are not okay with those types of themes. Your mental health matters more than my AU, okay? Okay, we got that. Blot. He has an average pitch voice. Blot doesn't have much to him yet, though we are adding more to him. Blot is incredibly blunt, straightforward if you have a problem and you want to fix it. But he is also incredibly sweet and kind to everyone, specifically Astro. Tegan. She has an average pitch voice. Okay, firstly, Tegan has a British accent, so you will need to have a good British accent to play her. She is divorced from Roger after she had an affair and had Toodles. Glisten is her and Roger's bio kid, while Toodles is just Tegan's bio kid. Tegan at first had a grudge against Roger, but that changes later on. Roger. He has a lower pitch voice. Just like Tegan, Roger has a British accent, but less strong, if that's how you put it. He's a lot like his original canon personality at first, but later in the series becomes less and less interested in knowing about the Iger spills and becomes more of a family man. Toodles. She has a high-pitched voice due to being a child as well. Toodles is more of a thought-out character, being one of my favorite characters. Roger puts his work first. Tegan feels guilt in having her, so she doesn't get much attention from her parents. Glisten is the one often picking her up and taking care of her. He's basically the third parent to her. Toodles has emotional scenes as well, due to her lore in my AU, so just so you know. Finn. He has an average pitch voice. Finn has a southern accent. He is one of the comedic relief characters. He doesn't really have a big effect on the AU, but eventually he will have his time to shine. Well, that's it for the available characters. Now we're going on to ships. Basically, all the characters are with someone. I know, insane. But if I find a ship cute, I will make it canon in my AU. So, The ships are Sylvester X Flight, Blot X Astro, Finn X Shrimpo, Roger X Igson, Tegan X V, Scraps X Poppy, Tisha X Shelly, Boba X Ginger. That's for the characters that are available. For the rest of the toons, they are taken by my friends and me, which are Poppy, Boxon, Astro, Bassy, Shelly, Shrimpo, Dandy, Dial, Connie, Gigi, Brusha, Louie, Sprout, Brightney, Coco, V, and Glisten. And I think that's all the characters that are taken, but I'm not exactly too sure. Like I said, this is a passion project, and you will not be getting paid. Anyway, thank you for listening and staying. My Discord will be linked in the description. Yeah, bye. Hope to see you audition. Yeah, bye.